Bible mindset is a conscious, personal, imbibing responsibility. Conscious, personal, imbibing responsibility. We could be trained anywhere that the value that goes around there are more or less twisted our understanding. Let's twist this back. Are we alive here? That's what we call become disciples. Become disciples because all things are passed away. All things have become new. We become carrier of a message that we received from what we believed. Are we alive here? You are not yet a disciple if you don't carry the message of what you believe. Not what your pastor is preaching. No, but what you understand by what your pastor has preached, but you are now the preacher of it to others. That's when you're a disciple. And you are defending it to everybody that this is the right thing and this is the right way. That's why every argument must come from the Bible, not from everybody's head. So that disciples can carry it after the order of God, not after the order of their pastor. I guess what I'm saying. So let's not be confused. Society will never be neat. Society will never be totally decent. If you are waiting for that, you are going to die in error and you are going to hell. Please, are we understand what I'm saying? Because nobody will die and go and answer for a society. Everybody in that society will answer for themselves. I guess what I'm saying. I think that's the correct something. Nothing less than 90% of where parents says no to the children marrying somebody. Nothing less than 90%, the parents are right. Nothing less than 90%. But where parents says no to their children marrying somebody or somebody, 90% of such is right. In fact, nothing less than 40% of it, grudgingly, maybe out of choiceless circumstance, the parent will say, okay, yes, without their heart going with it. At the end of the day, that marriage will be a regret. Most of the time. This is exactly what happened to Esau. You go to that Genesis chapter 27, verse 46, the last verse. Where Esau married to the women, a woman from Heth. That's what I'm saying. From Heth. And Rebekah said to Isaac, you know, the marriage of Esau has been a pain to our heart. So that Jacob will not go there also and marry. Let us allow him to travel away from where they are. That was how Jacob left home to where Laban is. To go and marry Rebekah over there. So, not less than 90%. Nothing less. In fact, the remaining 10% is only when maybe the parents are saying so on tribal ground. And there's no spiritual reason or on the ground of mere wish that they have somebody in mind and their son now went and bring somebody and they don't want to disappoint that person they have in mind. They are now trying to force majorly on those two reasons. But every other reasons. Please, my advice is that when you bring a wife or a husband and either your biological parent or your spiritual parent, even if you see the body language that their heart is not towards it, please say no. Don't go further from there.
Daddy, so irrespective of if the parents are born again or not born again.
That is why I said, most of the time, a parent that is truly born again will not be choosing on tribal ground. I don't know why I'm saying. A parent, because tribalism is part of old mentality spirit. I'm telling you. Anybody that you see, is it tribalistic in his blood? Such a person is not truly born again. I can say that to you 100%. Anybody that you see that is tribalistic, such a person is not truly. Look at that person very well. If I won't be a pastor, I can tell you the reality. Anybody you see that is tribalistic, look at that person very well. He's not born again. Now, the way I say things, most of the time, brings a kind of argument. But I like those arguments. I like those controversy. I'm not begging anybody to agree with what I say. But a time will come. If you don't agree with it, you are going to miss disagreements that you cannot settle. Everybody that is tribalistic, one of the things that goes out of your instinct when you become truly born again is that you don't know the difference between Greek and Jew. Everybody is created by God, and you judge them based on their human outputs, not from where they came from, the language they speak, and all that. That one will not be part of it. I'm telling you the truth. 90% of the time, that the heart of parents. I'm talking about parents that are either political or spiritual. Their heart does not go. I'm advising. I'm not telling you not to marry the girl you love. I'm advising. Because many times, I'm telling you, it has boomeranged. Go and look at, do you know that one of the best things I saw in the Bible, which nobody is preaching about, is that Laban gave Leah to Jacob. That is not the person Jacob liked. The father figure there is Laban. I want her to marry before this one you will like. So it was the father that gave Leah to Jacob. By design, she should go to that marriage and suffer. If you look at verse 31 of that Genesis chapter 29, the Bible says, because Jacob hated Leah, God opened her womb, and the one he loved, God sealed her womb. So by force, whether he likes it or not, he begins to like Leah by proxy. Now, that is to say, then he has to go and preach about it that when Father is behind you, I can tell you, you have no enemy.